Hello, everyone. This is David Pizzat, and I am here with two wonderful couple, husband and wife team that has done really, really well with family portraits and individual portraits. And we're going to be talking about their photography today. We're also going to be picking their brains about what they're going to be talking about in the conference coming up, the Amity Conference. And I'm really excited to share this couple here. And I'm going to let you guys, I'm going to introduce these two wonderful people, Casia and Eric, that have been doing family portraits for a while now. They also have some incredible history. They have an amazing background. They started in architectural, and then they went into graphic design, and now they're doing family portraits. But this is no typical family portraits, guys. This is really cool, very, very different. I think when I think of family portraits, I think of the whole family, under a tree, sitting down on the grass, and, everyone looking at the camera and smiling, with a backlight and stuff like that. These guys have taken it a whole different level. We're going to be talking about their photography a little bit. And if you guys have any questions, please be free to type in your questions on the question and answer, and I'll be happy to answer that, or the team here will be the Fletcher and Company will be happy to answer. Anyways, guys, I introduced to you guys this wonderful team of Fletcher and Company. Guys, you want to introduce yourselves?
Yes, definitely. Thank you, David, for having us today, and Amity for sure. A lot of people messed up my first name. It's Casia. Just think Casio, but with an A. And then this is Eric, my husband. We recently just went through a new branding name change. We're known over the last 9 years as Purple Nickel Studio, and something we've been wanting to change for a little while. So now we go by Fletcher and Co. And we're excited for the new branding and our website, and excited to be speaking at the conference here in August. So thank you for having us.
Really cool, really cool. Hey, so guys, tell me a little bit about the name of your workshop, or what you guys are going to be talking about on your conference. I know that you submitted to us a topic that's basically untitled, and you said this is intentionally untitled because you started explaining to me that things change. But can you elaborate? Can you guys go and talk to the audience out there and let us know a little bit of what you guys are going to be doing, please?
Yeah, we titled our conference intentionally left blank, not because we couldn't think of a name, but mainly because that's really how we run our business. We don't really conform or stick to any kind of standard practice. I mean, we have some very base things that we do on a regular basis, but as you know, this industry is a moving target, as we've tried to explain before, and with any moving target, you just have to be really flexible and change all the time. And you can't have too many expectations for things to work out the way that you imagine them to. So what we've learned over the last 9 years is that
it's just evolving so much, and so go ahead.
No, you got it. You got it.
We want to show people and talk to them about how we've started our business ground up on so many little things, not a lot of equipment, and we've just stayed really consistent with our brand in how we like to treat our clients and why they continue to come back to us every 1 to 2 years for their family portraits, and just really nurturing that relationship. So intentionally left blank is because we are always trying new things, I guess you could say, within our company, but we still stay consistent with really.
Well, our foundational elements are the way that we shoot and the way that we talk to our clients. But anything above that, it just changes. And so we're constantly changing where we're shooting, how we're shooting, even how we interact on some levels with our clients. After having a child, as anyone who has a child knows, that changes priorities for everyone. And so we've gone through a whole different transition. We don't shoot as much together even as we used to. So that has an effect on the way your photography comes out. So I guess the other aspect of intentional left blank, which I will talk a lot about, just from a personal level, is it's okay to not have everything figured out. I mean, I've been around for a long time and done different things in my life, and it's okay. I feel like I am, but beard shows that I'm old. But it's okay to just not have it figured out. And I want people to know that, because I think people they feel bad that they don't have it figured out or isn't working the way that it should for them.
And we still don't.
And we still don't have it figured out. I mean, we still do things probably not the way it should be, but that's just the way we are.
We break a lot of rules, but we really, really love taking great care of our clients, and that's what sets us apart a lot in our community and in the industry. And we'll talk more about that in our workshop.
Really cool, guys. So, so how many of your clients are repeat clients? I mean, you guys do family portraits. Do you guys do any baby photography? Or
well, it's strictly, mainly our specialization is family portraiture, and then we also do, I would say, creative lifestyle headshots for other creative professionals. We tend to attract a lot of like-minded people, whether it's the similar industry with architects, graphic designers, other photographers, because we obviously know how hard it is to take photographs of ourselves. And with our family photography, though, our clients, once they hire us, say they're a brand new family, we usually are doing their family photography for many, many years down the road. We have some clients that started with us a year after we started, and so from 2008 and on, they've been booking us every 2 to 3 years, which is of course amazing to see their families grow and get to create that bond with them. But we have a really, really good high percentage booking rate because our portfolio on our website is so specific. It's catering towards those people who are looking for non-traditional family portraits. We tend to break all the rules, put people out in really harsh light or very non-expected locations. We're looking for that shot that's going to be that one powerful shot on their wall as a big wall display piece that they can enjoy every day. I guess that's what is our main specialty.
Yeah, our ultimate goal is to have our families experience their photography. Not on a disc or on a computer, but in real life. Yeah. And so every shot is constructed in a way that we know it'll look good on a wall and something they're going to want to look at all the time.
Yeah, we really, really strive to create custom wall art for them, take it off their hands. Everyone's so busy, especially families with children. They're not going to do it on their own. So leave it up to the experts and the professionals. We've done tons of custom wall displays, which we love doing, and we want our clients to enjoy their artwork. I mean, they're paying a really good investment to hire us and to have this artwork. Why not enjoy it on a daily basis?
Yeah.
I noticed that. Can you guys see your website? I have it on the screen.
Yeah.
I noticed that it's also it's very no posing. It's very candid. It's just. You guys are just capturing moments, and also when you're doing the family portraits, which I really love. And so how many of these do you guys offer, like an album for the family portrait, or for the portrait session, or what? How do you guys turn in your work here, if you don't mind me asking?
Just like our website, how minimal, clean, crisp, simple, it's not overwhelming. That's how we treat our products that we offer for our clients. I think we offer 4 to 5 products maybe. Wall art, whether it is custom framing, which we love to do, of course, because that's what sets us apart. Not many photographers do that, and we do also install in our clients' homes. We hold our hand through the whole entire experience. So yeah, wall art. We do offer only 1 to 2 books.
Some small signature prints. We'll do gift prints for their family members.
And then, of course, during the holidays, we do custom holiday cards too.
Yeah,
but that's about it. If they're looking for digital files, which honestly, our clients, it's very rare that they want to purchase those because they're hiring us for that custom wall art. We do offer those too. But that's it. It's pretty bare bones and super easy. We don't want to overwhelm the client, and we just want to make that big statement in their home.
Really cool. So I'm looking at this picture here that I find very interesting. The picture with the whole family, and they have mask on, like animal mask on, and I think it's really cool that you guys were able to pull this picture off, and like you said earlier, it's very simplistic, but it has so much power behind it. Can you guys talk about a little bit about this portrait and how this how you made this possible, this photograph?
Well, I think we got really lucky with this one for two reasons. One, there's a little girl in there that, you know, to put on a mask and her to stay there is almost impossible. And I guess that's another thing we'll talk about, is how to be patient with families, because that's really what it requires, is a ton of patience. But the other thing we got lucky on this is Leah Simmer. She's another photographer
in our town in Tucson.
In our town, and she'd been wanting to get photographed by us for a long time. So we were lucky that her kids are very aware of cameras.
They're very photogenic.
And so this just worked out in so many levels in our favors.
And this was their idea.
Yeah, totally their idea.
Mom purchased all of these. She had this concept, and of course, we wanted to choose a location that really made this pop, and where whatever was in the background wasn't distracting. We do a lot of simple backgrounds, concrete, architectural, because of our background. So it was just a play on animals. They're very animated family, and it worked and tied into their personality and their story.
Yeah, and I think each mask represents their own personal identity, and she let them pick out what they wanted. And so that, you know, has a lot of meaning for them. And we shot that again, knowing that it'd probably go on a wall big somewhere. So yeah, it was a really fun shoot. There's actually a lot of really good photographs we got with them with their masks on, all different versions.
Yeah,
I like that. Is this little girl part of the family portrait session, the one I just passed at the end?
I don't know. You'll have to go back.
Which one?
Probably not.
There's a little girl running away. It looks like in the same background, kind of the same wall. Let's see. This one.
Oh, no, that's a completely
different
family session.
Oh, okay. Cool.
But again, that's, you know, that photograph was really just me following the kids around.
Yeah, I would say a lot of our family sessions, we tell the client that we slightly direct, but basically the session's taken over by whatever the children or the family do together to bring out their personalities.
Which is what they're going to do anyway. That's what families do.
Yeah, sometimes we go in with a plan, but all the rules get broken and we just see what unfolds.
Yeah.
I do see that everything that you guys do is very organic and very natural also. Do you use any lighting, or do you use just natural lighting?
It's all natural light, whatever's available. We live in Tucson, so there's a lot of light.
There's a lot of light.
And, you know, a lot of good shade and shadow, which is, you know, ultimately all
That's why we love
is.
parking garages a lot, because we need to escape the heat, we need to escape the intensity, and plus that also sets us apart too, because most people don't expect family portraits in a garage.
Right. Tell me about this little girl. I think this little girl is, what is she do? Is she smiling, looking down at something? I like the crop though. It's interesting. It's an interesting crop on it too. But there's something going on, and it makes me wonder a lot about this photograph. Can you guys tell me a little bit, if you don't mind?
It was actually kind of a fun, it's not, I mean, this is a good example of why having two photographers on a session is really important. Which is another thing that sets us apart, is we're a husband and wife team.
We always go on family sessions together.
But Casia is actually kneeling down in front of me. And I think you were photographing her in a different way. But I'm standing up above Casia, able to get these more candid moments of her not even knowing what I'm doing. So that's actually the simple reason behind that. She's laughing at Casia and her brother, who is standing next to Casia, or sitting next to Casia, trying to get her to laugh.
We love these really unexpected images. We love a lot of negative space in the images, something that's just modern and different. A rule on thirds, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Kind of try to break the rules on that. That's another thing we should say really quick too, is in our family sessions, we're not standing up right now, but I think what really sets us apart is we both go on it, but I'm pretty petite. I'm only almost 4'7", and Eric's 6'2". So in our photography, we get such good variety because I can get so low, he can get so high. A lot of the kids really relate to us, especially me. I think half the time they think I'm a big kid. So that's what we really love about our family portraits and our families, is that they can relate really well to us.
That's awesome.
I think you'll find that the stories behind most photographs are very simple.
Yeah, we don't, ours are pretty almost too simple.
Yeah, I mean, I think if anyone that's experienced being photographed by us, I think is left with an impression that's different than most. We're pretty chill and laid back.
They're like, oh, why was I stressing out about my portraits? That was super easy and chill.
And I think that's important, especially with families, that you have to just remain as calm as possible and as relaxed as possible. I want to say that family photography is harder than even wedding photography.
Oh, it's really
It's
hard.
two different intensities.
Right.
But I guess with wedding photography, for the most part, you're dealing with adults that
listen
to what you're doing. I mean, obviously in the wedding photography, there's all sorts of aspects that change, and it's very challenging. And we did shoot weddings our first couple of years, and just found it wasn't for us.
Yeah.
We were much stronger.
We're just more passionate with family photography.
Do you find doing family portrait photography just as profitable as weddings, or what do you guys do?
I would say on an individual basis, we make more money than a wedding photographer.
Really?
Especially since we do custom wall art and custom products for them. Typically, clients, it's a little over the map on what they're investing, but I mean, on a low end, they could be doing $1,500, and on a high end, it's $4,500, and that's per family per session.
And our initial investment, time investment, is much lower than a wedding photographer.
Oh yeah, I bet. How many hours are you selling? Let's say for a portrait session, are you guys set on hours, or is it just like a whole package deal, or whatever?
We have a set time. We have a recommendation of probably 1 to 2 hours. It depends on the kids.
Anything more, and the children are just over it.
Well, and the dad's usually over it too.
Yeah.
He's always he's worse than the kids sometimes. Yeah, it's 1 to 2 hours. If we're doing multiple locations, which we have done in the past, it's a little longer than that. We really don't set a time frame on our stuff because I don't like that box.
Yeah. We try to keep it simple, easy, playful, where everyone's enjoying it. We don't want to go too long to where everyone's over the experience. We want to end on a high note.
Have you guys ever, I mean, this is going to sound like a crazy question, but have you guys ever had, a very challenging family, where, like, the kids are all over the place and you guys are chasing them and stuff like that?
I will admit there's been a few that made me want to quit.
Eric, well, if our friends are tuning in, he got bit on a session from a child.
Oh God.
I was saving his life.
You were saving him from the street to get, a city bus, since we do a lot of urban sessions where we have to be very conscious of traffic and vehicles, and there was a bus coming. Anyways, you saved his life.
He was a long ways away from it. I don't want to make it sound like he was right next to the road, almost getting run over, but I did go to grab him, and he did bite me.
Yeah, you saw the teeth marks. So it's kind of a joke in our business and with them. But usually our families are super rambunctious. That's why a lot of times we're just following them around, because if you try to do anything rigid or posed or staged, it looks really forced.
They won't let you anyway.
And we want to keep it fun, so a lot of times the kids run the show.
How does a session usually start with you guys? I mean, I understand. I mean, as an adult, we're sometimes a little intimidated with the camera. I can imagine with the kids, and then also knowing that with kids, you only have sometimes maybe a few seconds of their attention. Tell me, how do you guys pull that off? Because I've always wondered. I mean, I always thought doing family portraits or just dealing with just kids in general. It must be tough. Can you guys explain just a little bit how you guys pull that off? And you guys do it well?
We always kind of say that there's a warm-up period. So in the beginning, we might be doing some more what we would call our most posed ones where people might be standing against a wall. Kind of, we call it like our modern mugshot images. And those are like our warm-up ones where the kids can kind of get a feel for what we're looking for. But after that, we do a little more playful stuff, letting them run around, get some energy out. There's kind of like this up and down level within the session. You don't want to do too much of one thing. You want to kind of keep it flowing so they don't get bored.
A lot of breaks too.
And
there's a lot of breaks.
A lot of, you know, simple snack, water breaks. Also, what's really cool is since we shoot both together, we can do different breakdowns to where if I can photograph mom and dad together, which we always try to do, a must on our sessions, because once you start a family, it's kind of all about the children. So he's off photographing the kids and they're just doing silly stuff and I'm photographing the mom and dad, or we switch. That's how we get a lot of variety in our family sessions, which also sets us apart from most traditional photographers where it's only one photographer. But yeah, we just try to keep the flow going on a family shoot and not let people get bored. If someone melts down, then we document that. And that's just the part of the personality of the shoot. And all our clients are well aware of our process well before the session even starts. We do a lot of email correspondence or phone conversations for sure.
Awesome. So have you ever, let me ask you a question. So have you guys ever had a family portrait session you had to redo because nothing played out as you guys planned? Like, let's say, maybe the weather or maybe the kids were just not having it that day and like, you know, we're not going to do this and nothing comes out. Have you guys ever had that?
Nope.
No, I think that comes, no, we've had 0 instances of that.
We've had some weather rescheduling.
Yeah, I mean, that's simple, basic stuff. I think our process prior to the actual photo session eliminates a lot of that happening. Now, there have been sessions where you haven't got as much good stuff.
But we always get
enough.
We always get what we want. We've never had a session be a complete disaster ever. So I need to knock on something because we don't want that to happen. But I've had some testy situations just from a personal standpoint. It's really cool though, because on a session, if I'm feeling it more, then I'll take the lead as the photographer, or vice versa. Some families really migrate more to his personality, some to mine. So that's why it works really well as a team to photograph together. But yeah, we've been super lucky where we usually get what we need from every session. That's
great. That's really cool. So you guys were previously Purple Nickel, correct? And why? Can you explain why you switched to Fletcher and Company, please?
Well, I mean, you know, we started our company in 2007, and at the time, I really did not want to use my name. I was the lead photographer. Eric was practicing architecture. I didn't know down the road if we would bring other photographers on or staff associates. So I wanted to do a play on words and do something totally non-photography related to where people would want to be interested on what that company did, hence the name Purple Nickel. I didn't want to do some cheesy photography name that wasn't who we were as a brand or as our personalities. But as time progressed, and then once we added our daughter Nova, who's 2 years old now, we just really wanted to establish kind of a family brand, family name. And go even more modern, and so we are doing like a rebrand. Eric's handling all of that. And why did we choose Fletcher and Co?
Well, because it's our name. And the Co allows, you know, individuals to be brought on if needed.
Yeah.
Or it also allows us to explore other avenues with that name. Right. Like we were speaking before.
Many photographers use their first name or just their last name, and we want it to be a little bit different as well.
And as I was telling you before, you know, as with any industry, passions change and just times change. And so we wanted a flexible name that if we wanted to move into a different version of this type of photography or not photography at all, they could follow us. And so Fletcher and Co allows for that.
Yeah, we have so many, as artists, I'm sure many can relate, we have so many different avenues that we are passionate about. We're passionate about music, architecture, graphic design, healthy living, a healthy lifestyle, a simple lifestyle. And that's kind of what we wanted it to transition over into our new brand.
Yeah. So we kept a simple name.
All right, that's great. That's really good. Another part of the website, or what you guys do, is also individual portraits. And I really like your individual portraits also. They're not your traditional. They're way past that. They're very awesome. You know, let me go back to your website so everyone can see what I was talking about here. And you guys can tell me.
Yeah, so our specialty is family portraits, and typically that happens in the fall, and then spring is what we call our lifestyle headshots or creative headshots. Those are our two main seasons, the spring and fall. We live in the desert in Tucson, and it's so miserable in the summer. We're Tucson natives, so we're completely over the summer, and we don't really want to work in the summertime. So those are our two areas of interest that we're super passionate about. Both obviously involve portraiture, and it's a nice shift change from photographing children. You get to photograph adults who listen, and you can do a little more creative lighting situation, put them in more harsher light, like that couple right there, who is another creative. But a lot of our individual portraits, we attract other like-minded creative people, a lot of architects, graphic designers, other photographers, health coaches, chefs, which of course is a win-win for us because they're completely on the same page as us. They let us do whatever we want. And we just go into it super excited every time that we get to be hired to do those.
Yeah, individuals are my favorite thing to do. I love shooting families, but I really love shooting individuals. So, I mean, that's a good passion for me to get into. And that, you know, individuals also encompasses even graduate photography or a high school senior or anything. Anything that is considered individual or a couple falls under that portion of our brand, and that's, you know, something I've always loved to do. So I get excited when we get those.
And I think that's what sets us apart too, is we're not taking on everything and anything. We want to hold true to our brand, and so we only have those special areas that we'll photograph. Sure, we've taken on a few weddings here and there, but they're very specific.
Well, they're friends.
But we've learned that we love our portraiture.
Right, awesome, guys. Well, I don't think we have any questions at this time. So I think you guys answered everything that I've asked you, and you guys are amazing, and I absolutely love your work, and I'm very happy to have you guys because most conferences, like we were talking about earlier, they're concentrated in weddings, you know, and you guys are doing family portraits, and you guys have done very well with it, and individual portraits also. So I'm glad to have you guys at the Amity conference, and I'm sure you guys are going to have a good following, a lot of people, you know, checking you guys out because this is very different what you guys are doing, and I absolutely love it.
That's what we're thrilled about, is because we want to show other people that you don't have to do it all. You can make a living and a profit doing one specialized area, especially family portraits. Most people you have to take on everything, and you don't. Yeah. So we're thrilled to show them our way, for sure.
Yeah, can't wait.
And that's great. I think that's something that I always talk about also when I've done a few conference speaking, that, you know, once you build on something, it doesn't matter what it is, what you're shooting, you know, and you specialize on it, you're gonna do great, and you're gonna do well. And you guys are a perfect example of to showing other photographers that there is money in other things. It's not just in weddings, it's also in family portraits. I mean, you guys even said it yourself, you know, you guys are making, you know, $5,000 on a portrait session on one sitting, which is less hours, and you're not killing yourself at the end of the night or staying up late till 12, maybe 1 in the morning, coming home with your feet, your back are killing you. And you guys, I mean, you guys got it in 2 hours, you know, the same amount of money. So
I feel like we get the best artist high because we get to shoot for 1 to 2 hours and then we're done.
Yeah.
Like,
it's a rush.
It is a rush for sure. And we don't get burnt out or exhausted or overworked, and we only take on what we can handle. We don't overextend ourselves, and our clients know that because the experience is so custom. They're getting us and our
full attention.
Yes, I would say that.
And I mean, I don't mean to say that wedding photographers, you know, it's just different personality type. Some wedding photographers love what you just described. They love shooting for 8 hours and the intensity of it, and breaking their backs and their feet, not eating. That just to me sounds crazy. You guys are a different kind of breed of people. And, you know, we need that. We need that. And,
we need that balance because we don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that. And I fully admit that that's not for me. And, you know, but we have many good, excellent wedding photographers. And, you know, I would say that most wedding photographers don't want to shoot families like we do too. So, like anything, there's always a need for every niche in the industry. And we just found ours. And that's what we hopefully inspire people to do, is to find your niche, no matter what it is. It could be birth photography. We talk about that with other photographers, and that's really what they want to do, and they don't know how to find a way to make that profitable for them. But I think that is a huge industry that's just waiting to be tapped on.
Oh, yeah.
And you can make a lot of money doing that. You can make a living doing it. So.
Well, I absolutely love your formula. I love that you guys have gotten in a point in your lives where you can say, hey, you know what, we can take this job we wanted to, if not, because that also gives you freedom, and that's really important to have that freedom to have with your family. I think that's really important, especially as you grow older and you start building your family. You want that, and that's really good. You guys found a great formula, and it's working for you guys. And congratulations to you guys, and you guys are doing amazing work. Anyways, guys, well, I think this is the end of our interview, and I want to thank everyone that's watching right now. I want to thank Fletcher and Company, both of you guys, for being here and for participating in the conference that's going to be happening in August 29th through September 1st, which I invite everyone to be there. You guys, as you see today, we interviewed them, and next week we have a special guest also. We're going to be doing this every Thursday at 1 p.m., so stay tuned, guys. And again, thank you guys for being on air with us. And I think, we had a few people already watching, and there's going to be a lot more people watching you guys or joining you guys at the conference. So I'm really excited myself to meet you in person as well. So
yes. Sure, we can't wait to see everyone there.
Awesome. Okay, so I guess there was no other questions, and so again, thank you so much, and have a wonderful day, guys, and everyone's just watching. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.